The Sun has been campaigning for months for a delay to the planned implementation of a ban on new sales of petrol and diesel cars that was due to come in 2030. Sounds like Rishi Sunak today is going to announce he will delay that. It's a huge win for our readers and for hard-pressed drivers up and down the country. While we may back the lofty and noble ideals of net zero by 2050, we don't think that our readers should have to pay for it. And at the moment, electric cars aren't just too expensive, there's no infrastructure for charging them that's anywhere near close enough to be a replacement for petrol vehicles, and they're too expensive. Rishi Sunak's behind in the polls. He's been in power for just over a year now and he's still not making any headway in that Labour lead. Aides around him want him to show a little bit more passion and take a few more risks. It's going to be a little bit like the political equivalent of baseball. Rishi Sunak's an incredible cricket fan. He catches pretty much every game he can, watching it on his phone, even when he's trying to run the country. Ben Stokes showed what you can do to turn around a struggling team by taking a few risks this summer. Whether it will work remains to be seen. The 2050 net zero target is a matter of law. Britain was the first country in the world to legislate to hit that target. The government today are going to be saying that they are very, very firmly, rigidly sticking to that goal, that aspiration for Britain to go carbon neutral by 2050. But 2030 seems a much more arbitrary target for a ban on new petrol cars or diesel cars, and the phasing out of gas boilers is, in our view, far too quick. So while the government are committed to that overall aspiration, that target, I think the debate now is how quickly and how soon we get there and who pays for it. The government are going to stick to the 2050 net zero target. Britain will be carbon neutral by then. However, it's the road to net zero that's caused such a political row. Arbitrary targets like banning new petrol cars by 2030 look like they're going to be for the chop. We've been campaigning for that for months, and it's good the government have finally listened. We know that some readers are concerned about the environment. They know that it's going to be an issue at the next election. However, they're also deeply concerned about the cost of living and how these sort of policies are going to impact them. Labour are in a bit of a tricky spot here. They're in opposition. They're going to wait to see what the government do before they make any aspirations of their own. But they're also, on the left of British politics, under threat from the Green Party. So you wonder whether they will be able to have the same movement the government have in being on the side of the consumer rather than the side of the environmentalists.